What's up fellow nerds, I'm your host Dr. McKay and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a breakdown of everything we know of the mysterious alien race, the Furlings. This mystery of a race was once a part of the alliance of the four great races with the ancients Nox and the Asgard. Not much has been revealed within the show's runtime about them, and the extended material is also sparse, but contains just a tad bit more information than the shows. I'll do my best to cover as much as I can using all the data I can find using these various sources on screen now. So with that said, if you like the content, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe for more. And with that said, let's go. Right, now before we get started, as you are aware, if you have watched my previous videos, there is two possible timelines for the alliance of the four great races, with one set millions of years ago before the Alterans, better known as the Ancients, left the Milky Way galaxy for Pegasus, and one of 10,000 years just after the Ancients returned from Pegasus. Both timelines have enough data to make this a troublesome debate, but as I research more into this, I lean more towards the millions of years timeline, mostly because of the Ancients. It's always to do with the Ancients. So this breakdown will focus more on the millions of years timeline. So let's go. To start, let's first discuss all we know of the Furlings' history. Well, not much is known about the Furlings or their origins, but some believe the homeworld of the Furlings is on the planet designated by the Tauri as P5X777, where SG-1 discovered a temple with Furling writings, an archway capable of teleportation, and as no other planet has yet to be discovered with any other Furlings writings or architecture besides Heliopolis, many believe this was their homeworld. However, some also believe that the Furlings originate from beyond the Milky Way galaxy and P5X777 was merely an outpost. This theory suggests the Furlings discovered the Milky Way galaxy and joined the alliance of the four great races just like the Asgard did. So my speculation is that regardless of the origins of the Furlings, they ventured out into space millions of years ago and became very advanced, exploring space peacefully. They soon encountered either the Alterans or the Asgard, or both, around 8 million years ago in the Milky Way galaxy, and due to their like-mindedness, joined a formal alliance with both the Asgard and the Alterans, and shortly after, the Nox joined them as well. After the four races allied themselves together, they became known as the Alliance of the Four Great Races, and under the pillar of the Ancients, the alliance thrived. The Furlings joined in with the construction of Heliopolis and many of the other temples, learning much from the alliance. It is unclear on the Furlings' level of technological growth during this time, but one can presume it's close to the Asgard's level of development. It's also unclear if the Furlings ever explored any of the galaxy or settled any other world during this time, or even used the Stargate network, as there is very little to none of the Furlings' culture or technology found on the thousands of worlds seeded with the Stargates in the Milky Way galaxy that have been explored by the Tauri or the Goa'uld. The Great Alliance lasted for around 1 million years, and just as the Alterans were expanding with the construction of their new capital on Visuban, the Alterans got hit by a plague around 7.5 million years ago. This began to wipe them out. It's unknown if the Furlings could contract this plague or even was aware of it at first, but the Alterans decided to wipe the plague clean from the galaxy, then reseed life to the destroyed planets, and leave the galaxy behind. They entrusted the Asgard along with the Furlings with their legacy, with the Furlings' role in this plan unclear. Like a lot of this information will be in this video, but they watched as the Alterans left the galaxy and headed for Pegasus. Shortly after the Alterans left the galaxy, the Nox, for whatever reason, decided to leave the alliance and isolate themselves and become pacifists, leaving the Asgard and the Furlings to watch over the galaxy alone. And over the next 7 million years, the galaxy came to life with all variety of new life forms. And then around 13,000 years ago, the Asgard, while exploring the Milky Way, encountered the expanding Goa'uld Empire and became embroiled in a war with them. The Asgard, a little outnumbered by the Goa'uld, called the Furlings to help them out, and the two old allies joined forces and engaged in many battles trying to stop the Goa'ulds' expansion into the galaxy. The war raged on for a few thousand years, with the Goa'uld being pushed back, and during a battle with the Asgard around 10,000 years ago, injured in a battle and blind jump into safety, Ra, the supreme system lord of the Goa'uld, discovered Earth. It's unclear if the Furlings knew of this before or after the Asgard, but it's during Ra's dominance of Earth and the subsequent build-up of the Goa'uld's forces away from the Asgard's eyes that the Furlings disappeared from the galaxy, sometime between 10,000 BC and 3000 BC. And this is as far as the Furlings' history goes in my research. But what are they? Who are they? Where did they go? And are they still around? Well, let's discuss that next. So, what are the Furlings? Well, that's the best part. We don't actually know. And just to clarify, this depiction here of the Furlings is not what they look like. This was made clear by the writers of the show that they are not these koala-looking Ewoks as shown in the episode 200. This was merely the imaginings of Martin in the episode. O'Neill, though, did imagine they looked like small furry creatures in the episode Paradise Lost, imagining what they would look like going completely based off their name. So yeah, they are a complete mystery of a race. But let's for the moment do a complete bit of my own speculation here, given what very little information we know of the Furlings, to see if we can determine what they could possibly be and look like. For starters, let's see if we can determine their height. Well, let's take this image and say the architecture is built for the Furlings, not humans. This doorway and control panel in this temple is at least made for tall humanoids around 6 foot or taller, and we can presume they have eyes, mouth, limbs and hands of some kind to interact with their technology. But that's about it speculation wise. There is absolutely nothing else for a description in the show, which leaves us all scratching our heads wondering what this mysterious fourth race looks like. There's no information at all to even say they are humanoid at all. They could literally be anything, like a dinosaur, little furry blob, I don't know. They could be absolutely anything. And although it's frustrating, it's also really fascinating to me. So, we don't know what they are or look like, but who were they? Well, we can put together from their interactions with the Alliance that they are like-minded race to the Ancients and the Asgard, so they must be a peaceful race that embraces technology and science, and cooperation over conquering and taking what they want by force. They clearly share the same values as the others, and given they helped the Asgard against the Goa'uld, they clearly want to protect the helpless too, whenever possible. This even comes into account in the episode Paradise Lost, as the Furlings set up a safe place away from the Goa'uld for select individuals to retreat to. However, this was destroyed later by the Goa'uld, and apart from this, we don't actually know anything else of their culture or civilization, leaving us again wanting more. So where are the Furlings within the Stargate universe? Well, given we don't see any at all, the easy answer is they are no longer around, but that's too easy of an answer. I personally believe they haven't yet been encountered by the Tauri yet, but that really only shows the Furlings are not on any worlds with Stargates, as most exploration by the Tauri is via gate travel, leaving only a few possibilities left to explore. And let's get down into it and list them off. Number 1. They originate from another galaxy and went home due to losses in the war with the Goa'uld and never returned to the Milky Way galaxy. Number 2. They retreated to their homeworld within the Milky Way galaxy outside the Stargate network and became isolationists from the galactic affairs, thus unable to be discovered by the Tauri via gate travel. Number 3. Their own technology ended them or forced them to leave the galaxy, as in an extended story I found the Furlings developed advanced artificial intelligence that deemed all organic life a scourge, resulting in a war with that AI. The Furlings, feeling responsible for the war, left the galaxy and was never seen again. Number 4. They just died off from their own doings and from natural causes or from a superior enemy making them extinct, and thus can't be discovered. Number 5. A fun idea, this one. They are actually interdimensional beings that left this dimension during the war with the Goa'uld and never returned. It's a pretty fun idea. And number 6. They have been here the whole time, as a race we have already seen. Some possibilities are the giant aliens from the Crystal Skull episode, but that was debunked later by the writers. Another possibility is the aliens from the episode Grace. This big powerful ship is unique and highly advanced, which could be the Furlings. And in the short story The Pleasure Cruise, the 6th short in the Far Horizons novel, that saw these aliens again attack the BC-304 George Hammond in the Pegasus Galaxy, and after Carter managed to directly talk to one of the aliens who took the appearance of Shepard and Hammond, the alien explained that they go out and test upcoming advanced races to see how they use their technology, and if needed, strip that race of dangerous technology to prevent them using it to conquer others. They explained they have been around for millions of years and knew the Ancients and the Asgard, and said if they pushed too far, those two races would intervene and stop them. Carter asked them if they was the Furlings, but the alien race did not respond with an answer. In the end, Carter passed the test and the two ships parted ways, but just that conversation alone heavily implies, or at the very least, points a finger or two at the Grace aliens being the Furlings, and I for one really do like this idea. And lastly, number 7. This one is a proposed idea from the Stargate Worlds MMO that saw the Furlings to be a single entity that stretches across time, seeing the past and future at once. They created the Goa'uld to be caretakers of them, but like all servants, the Goa'uld rose up and overthrew the Furlings, possibly killing them all. This game also depicts the Furlings as a crystalline species. Here are a few images I found of concept arts of the Furlings in the game. But as this game never got released and the writers of the show don't agree with the depiction of the idea of the Furlings creating the Goa'uld, is definitely not what happened, as we have many other informations and sources of the Goa'uld's origins, and I for one don't want to tie the Furlings to that as well. But there you go, 7 possible answers to where the Furlings are. Do you have any thoughts or personal ideas on where the Furlings are, or who are they, or if they are still around? Please share your thoughts below in the comment section. So there we go then, my fellow nerds. This is basically all the information I could find on the mysterious alien race, and I wish there was more information to fill out this breakdown, but I hope I have provided enough to whet your appetite on the Furlings. But before I end this video, I want to give you my thoughts on my own theory of the Furlings. So my thoughts are, the Furlings originate from another galaxy separate from the Milky Way, Ida and Pegasus galaxies. They explored space peacefully and encountered the Ancients and the Asgard, formed the alliance of the 4 great races, and kept a presence within the Milky Way, and once the alliance disbanded, they lingered with the Asgard till the war with the Goa'uld, where they took a few losses and decided to leave and go back to their home galaxy. Where they stayed, they cut contact with the Asgard, and there they remain, waiting to return. It's a simple theory of mine, but this allows for them to come back in the future, but not as a friend, but as an enemy of some kind, as I would love to see the Furlings return and encounter the Tauri and see the Asgard technology and think the Tauri wiped the Asgard out, and then attack them not knowing any different. But that's just a fun little story of mine for another time. Well then, my fellow nerds, I have been your host, Dr. McKay, and this has been a breakdown, well, tried to be a breakdown of the Furlings. And if you have enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe for more. Thank you all for watching this video, and before we go, we have just reached 3,000 subscribers now on the channel, and I could not be more appreciative of all of you. So thank you all so very much for your support in supporting this channel. You are all the very best, and I will catch you all in the next one. Cheers and goodbye, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.